Welcome to my YouTube channel, Heardbreak Chronicles, a place where you will hear a large number of fascinating and intriguing chronicles about hearts that are completely broken by female betrayal. Let's not drag on for long. Let's get straight to the point. Life can change in an instant. For me, that instant happened live, in front of thousands of people. I'm Nathan Scott, a full-time streamer with a loyal audience. Streaming started as a hobby, but somewhere along the way, it became my life. I share everything from playing games to late-night talks with my community. My audience knows me better than some of my friends do. They've seen my highs and lows, my victories and struggles. But they weren't ready for what happened that night. Neither was I. It was a regular Friday night. I had just started my stream, planning to play a new horror game. My chat was buzzing as usual. Familiar usernames greeting me. Excited for another session. The stream had been live for about an hour when something unexpected happened. Behind me, through the small window in the background, I noticed car headlights pulling into the driveway. My wife, Anna, had gone out with friends earlier in the evening, so I figured she was just getting back. But something wasn't right. Is she with someone? I thought, leaning slightly to get a better look at the window. My audience noticed it first. Comments started flooding in. Yo, Nathan. Who's that with your wife? She's not alone, dude. Bro, check the window. My pulse quickened. I tried to keep my cool. Maybe it was one of her friends dropping her off. No big deal, right? But then I saw it clearly. Anna stepped out of the car, laughing. A man I didn't recognize got out from the driver's side, and they walked toward the front door. Together. His hand rested briefly on her lower back before they disappeared out of view. Nathan, you okay? Is that her friend? We're with you, man. I laughed nervously, trying to brush it off. Looks like Anna brought company, I said, forcing a casual tone. Must be one of her co-workers or something. But my chat wasn't buying it. Neither was I. The front door opened, and I heard voices from the hallway. My headset picked up just enough for the audience to catch a few words. Her soft laughter, the man's deep voice, and something that sounded suspiciously like, I missed you. The chat exploded. Dude, this is serious. We've got your back, Nathan. Let's figure this out. You're live. She won't be able to deny anything later. My heart was pounding. My mind raced with possibilities. Was this just a misunderstanding? Or was I about to witness the unraveling of my entire life in front of thousands of people? And then it hit me. I had a choice. End the stream, confront her privately, and deal with whatever fallout came. Keep the stream running, let the world see what was really happening in real time. I chose the second option. This just got interesting, I said, masking the storm inside me with a shaky smile. Looks like we've got an unexpected mystery to solve. Welcome to Life on the Air Unscripted Edition. The chat went wild. Let's go. Real-time investigation? I'm here for this. We'll help you, man. We'll catch the truth. I switched my overlay to IRL mode and stood up, adjusting the camera angle to capture more of the room. The mic picked up every sound from the hallway. Footsteps, more laughter, the unmistakable sound of wine glasses clinking. Chat, I said, voice steady but cold. We're going to figure out who this mystery guest is, together. Little did I know, the rabbit hole we were about to fall into went much deeper than I ever imagined. The worst part about betrayal isn't the act itself. It's the moment you realize it's been happening right under your nose. The hallway grew silent. I could hear my heart pounding in my chest as I moved toward the door. My chat was exploding with comments, every message urging me forward. Careful, Nathan. Stay calm. We're here for you, man. You've got an army of 50K watching. This is like a live crime drama. I paused outside the door, hesitating for a second. Part of me wanted to believe there was an innocent explanation, but the look on their faces through the window said otherwise. Taking a deep breath, I opened the door. Anna stood in the kitchen, leaning casually against the counter, a glass of red wine in her hand. The man was next to her, too close for comfort. He was tall, well-dressed, with that overly confident smile that immediately put me on edge. "Hey, babe," Anna said, her voice a little too cheerful. "This is, James, from work." He offered to drive me home since it was late. James raised his glass in a casual toast. "Nice to meet you, Nathan. Anna's told me a lot about you." The chat went wild. "Oh, come on. Look at his body language. He's too comfortable. Red flag. Red flag." I forced a smile, stepping into the kitchen. "Nice to meet you, James. From work." "Huh? Which department are you in?" He hesitated for a split second, just long enough for my trained eyes and suspicious chat to pick up on it. "Oh, marketing," he said. I turned to Anna. "That's funny. You said you didn't work with the marketing team." Her eyes widened slightly, and she laughed it off. "Well, we don't work together directly. We've just met at company events." I could feel the lie hanging in the air. My audience could feel it too. Busted. He's lying through his teeth. "Nathan, you need to dig deeper." "Interesting," I said, keeping my voice light. "So, what's your role in marketing, James?" He glanced at Anna for a split second, a silent exchange that didn't go unnoticed by me, or the 60,000 people now tuned in to the stream. "I handle client relations," he said finally. "Mostly external partnerships." The chat exploded again. "Nathan. Search him on LinkedIn right now. Client relations equals vague nonsense title. This guy's a pro liar. Don't trust him." At that moment, I knew I couldn't confront them directly. Not yet. I needed proof, something undeniable. And that's when an idea hit me. "Hey, James," I said casually. "Mind if I grab a quick picture with you? For the stream. My audience loves meeting new people." His eyes darted to Anna, who stiffened. Maybe another time," he said with a forced laugh. "I'm not exactly camera ready." "Of course," I said, stepping back. "No problem at all." But the damage was done. I had all the confirmation I needed. As soon as James left, after a too long goodbye that made my blood boil, I turned back to the stream. Anna stood behind me, arms crossed, a defensive look on her face. "What was that about?" she asked. I raised an eyebrow. "I was about to ask you the same thing." For a moment we just stared at each other. Neither of us spoke. I could feel the weight of thousands of eyes watching this unfold in real time. Finally, I broke the silence. "We'll talk later. For now, let's just say the stream's got a new theme. Finding the truth." Anna's face paled. "Nathan, don't do this." But it was too late. My mind was set. "Good night, Anna," I said, turning back to the camera. "Chat, let's keep digging. I've got a feeling we're about to learn a lot more than we bargained for." And just like that, the investigation began. The truth doesn't hide for long. Not when thousands of people are helping you look for it. The stream had taken on a life of its own. What started as a casual night of gaming had morphed into a real-time investigation, and my audience was all in. The chat was relentless, dissecting every moment and digging into every detail. "Nathan, we're your detectives now. Let's run a full background check on James. Find his social media. There's always something there." I leaned back in my chair, eyes scanning the flood of comments. I wasn't alone in this. I had an army of digital sleuths at my side, and together we were unstoppable. While I kept up appearances, casually chatting with my audience, my phone buzzed with messages from viewers who had gone above and beyond. Within minutes, they had found James' LinkedIn profile, his Instagram, and even his recent check-ins at local bars and restaurants. Then came the first real breakthrough. "Nathan, look at this. James and Anna checked in at the same hotel last month." I clicked on the link, my stomach churning. There it was, undeniable evidence. A public check-in at a boutique hotel downtown. The timestamp was clear. The same weekend Anna had told me she was visiting her parents. The chat went wild. "Caught red-handed. She lied, bro. No doubt now. Stay strong. We've got you." I felt the weight of betrayal pressing down on me, but I wasn't ready to confront her. Not yet. I needed more. "Good work, chat." I said, my voice steady despite the storm inside me. We're getting closer. Let's see what else we can find. The web of lies begins to unravel. The next piece of the puzzle came from one of my longtime viewers, a cybersecurity expert who went by the username Datahawk. He sent me a private message. Hey Nathan, I've been watching this unfold, and I noticed something strange. Anna's Instagram stories from that weekend were pre-recorded. She must have uploaded them to cover her tracks. It made sense. Anna had posted a series of pictures from her family visit that weekend, cozy snapshots of her parents' backyard, a glass of wine by the fireplace. But if those were pre-recorded, I opened her Instagram and carefully analyzed the stories. The timestamps didn't align. The light in one photo suggested it was taken early in the morning, but it had been posted late at night. Another picture showed her holding a wine glass, with the same manicure she had a month earlier. The truth was right there, hiding in plain sight. We've got her, I whispered. Confrontation in the comments. The chat was relentless. Nathan, bring her on the stream. Make her answer. Expose everything in front of us. Don't let her gaslight you. I took a deep breath, my pulse racing. I wasn't sure how far I wanted to go. Should I confront her live? Could I handle that? Before I could decide, Anna appeared in the doorway. Are you still streaming? She asked, her voice tight. I nodded, keeping my face calm. Yeah, we're just doing a little deep dive into recent events. Her eyes darted to the screen, where the chat was moving too fast to read. She must have known what was happening because her expression shifted from confusion to something else. Panic. Nathan, she said, her tone softening. Can we talk in private? This is getting out of hand. The chat erupted again. She's trying to escape. Don't fall for it. Stay strong, Nathan. Sure, I said, standing up and turning to face her fully. But before we talk, I've got a question. Why did you and James check into a hotel last month? Her face went pale. What? What are you talking about? I held up my phone, the check-in evidence glowing on the screen. Care to explain? For a moment, she said nothing. Then, to my surprise, she straightened her shoulders and smiled. The kind of smile that sent a chill down my spine. You've got it all wrong, she said calmly. I can explain everything. And just like that, she tried to take control of the narrative. When the guilty get caught, they'll do anything to twist the truth. The question is, who will believe them? Anna stared at me, her eyes wide but calculating. I knew that look well, it was her problem-solving face. The face she made when she was scrambling to find a way out of a bad situation. You've misunderstood everything, she said softly. I can see why this looks bad, but it's not what you think. The chat wasn't having it. Classic gaslighting. She's trying to flip the script. Nathan, don't let her get into your head. Okay, I said, crossing my arms. Then explain. What exactly were you doing at a hotel with James? She sighed, like she was carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. Nathan, I wasn't going to tell you this because I didn't want to worry you, but James and I were planning a surprise for your birthday. The room went dead silent. Even the chat slowed down for a moment, stunned by her audacity. Wait, what? Is she serious right now? LOL, she thinks we're that dumb. A surprise? I repeated, raising an eyebrow. At a hotel? It wasn't what it looked like, she insisted. We were meeting with the hotel's event planner to organize a special weekend for you. I just didn't want you to find out this way. Her voice wavered, and for a second, I almost believed her. Almost. Then my phone buzzed. Another message from Datahawk. Check this out. Found James' public Venmo transactions. He sent Anna a payment labeled wine and room service, the same night as the hotel check-in. I stared at the message, the final nail in the coffin. Anna, I said, holding up my phone, did this event planner charge for room service and a bottle of wine? Her eyes darted to the screen, and for the first time, the cracks in her calm facade became undeniable. That must be a mistake, she stammered. James probably got it wrong. The chat went wild again. Caught. She's done. Room service? This isn't even a good lie. Stay strong, Nathan. Don't let her weasel out. You've got an answer for everything, don't you? I said, my voice steady but cold. But every explanation just makes this look worse. The turning point. Anna's expression changed in an instant. She realized the lies weren't working. Her voice grew more desperate, her tone shifting from calm to pleading. Nathan, please, she said, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. We've been through so much together. Don't let one misunderstanding ruin everything we've built. The tears might have worked in private, but we weren't in private. We were live, and my audience saw right through it. Fake tears incoming. Nope, not buying it. Nathan, remember all the evidence. Stay focused. I shook my head. This isn't a misunderstanding, Anna. This is a pattern of lies. I trusted you and you threw it away for what? A fling with my so-called friend. She opened her mouth to respond, but I didn't give her the chance. You know what? Let's stop talking in circles. Chat, you've been amazing. Let's do a final deep dive. Let's put everything on the table. Anna's eyes widened in horror. Nathan, no. You can't. But it was too late. The stream had taken on a momentum of its own, and nothing could stop it now. The final piece of evidence. As the chat combed through more social media posts, a viewer named TrueSeeker sent me a screenshot from James' now-deleted Facebook post. It was a photo of him and Anna, taken at the same hotel. The caption read, "Best weekend ever." The timestamp was crystal clear. I showed it to Anna. Explain this. Her voice broke. Nathan, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far. So it's true? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. She nodded, tears streaming down her face. It just happened. I was lonely, and you were always so busy with your streams. I made a mistake. Sometimes an apology is just another form of manipulation. But when you've been pushed far enough, there's no going back. Anna stood there, tears streaming down her face, trembling as she clutched her glass of wine. For a moment, the only sound in the room was the hum of my PC and the endless flood of comments in the chat. Don't fall for it, Nathan. She's just trying to save herself. Revenge arc incoming. I took a deep breath, gripping the edge of my desk to steady myself. You're sorry. I repeated, my voice calm, almost too calm. You're sorry, because you got caught. Her eyes flashed with something else. Anger. The tears vanished just as quickly as they'd come. You think you're some kind of saint, Nathan? You've been ignoring me for months. All you care about is your stream, your audience, your online family. What did you expect me to do? The chat exploded again. Gaslighting level expert. Oh no! She's trying to flip it on him. Classic blame shift tactic. So, it's my fault now? I asked, narrowing my eyes. Because I was working hard to build something for us? While you were sneaking off to hotels with my best friend. You don't understand, she shot back. I was lonely. You stopped paying attention to me. I didn't plan for this to happen. But James was there for me when you weren't. Lonely? I laughed. A bitter sound I barely recognized as my own. You could have talked to me. You could have said something. But instead you lied. Repeatedly. And now you're standing here, playing the victim. Audience to the rescue. Suddenly, a message popped up in my chat from Datahawk. Nathan, I just found something you're going to want to see. Check your DMs. I clicked over to my private messages, heart racing. What he sent me was a folder full of screenshots. Conversations between Anna and James from a private group chat they clearly thought no one would ever find. The messages told the full story. Plans for secret getaways, discussions about how to keep their relationship hidden, and worst of all, messages mocking me. He'll never figure it out. Nathan's too busy streaming to notice anything. Honestly, I feel kind of bad, but not enough to stop. I clenched my jaw, my hands trembling as I scrolled through the messages. There was no more room for doubt. No more space for excuses. The chat lit up again. Expose her. Expose everything. No mercy, Nathan. We're with you till the end. I turned the screen toward Anna, showing her the messages. Care to explain this? Her face went pale. Where did you get those? She whispered, her voice barely audible. It doesn't matter where, I said, my voice cold. What matters is that this little act of yours is over. You've been caught, Anna. Not just by me, by tens of thousands of people. There's no coming back from this. The final straw. Anna's expression shifted once again. The tears were gone, replaced by pure defiance. Fine, she snapped. Yes, I lied. Yes, I made mistakes. But you're not innocent either, Nathan. You were so obsessed with your audience that you forgot about your real life. Maybe if you had paid a little more attention to me, this wouldn't have happened. The chat erupted again. Gaslighting. Level 1000. She's blaming him for her cheating? Seriously. Nathan, she's done. Cut her loose. I'm done playing this game, I said, stepping back. This isn't my fault, Anna. This is on you. You made your choices. And now, you get to live with the consequences. The plan for revenge. I turned back to my audience. Chat, you've been with me through this entire journey. I think it's time we wrap this up properly. This stream isn't just an investigation. It's the start of something bigger. Anna looked confused, panic creeping back into her eyes. What are you talking about? You'll see, I said, smiling for the first time that night. We're turning this into a full documentary series. Life on the air. The truth comes out. And you? You're the star, Anna. Her face drained of color. You wouldn't. Watch me, I said. The chat went wild. Best ending ever. Turn her betrayal into content. We're here for every episode. Anna turned and stormed out of the room, slamming the door behind her. I sat back down in front of the camera, exhaling for what felt like the first time in hours. Well, I said, leaning into the mic, I guess that's a wrap on tonight's episode. But don't worry. This story is far from over. Revenge isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet and calculated. The kind that doesn't just hurt. It leaves a lasting mark. The door slammed behind Anna, her footsteps echoing down the hall as she disappeared from view. My chat was on fire. Legendary. Absolutely legendary. Take back your life, Nathan. Turn this into a Netflix series. I took a deep breath and leaned into the mic. All right, chat. We've uncovered the truth. Now it's time for the next step. Moving on and rebuilding, but on my terms. The aftermath. In the days following that unforgettable stream, the story spread like wildfire. Clips of the stream were everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Memes popped up overnight. The internet dubbed it #LifeOnTheAirgate, turning my personal tragedy into a viral sensation. At first, I wasn't sure how to feel. Part of me wanted to hide from it all, but then I realized something. This was my chance to take control of the narrative. Anna, on the other hand, tried her best to salvage her image. She went on social media, posting tearful videos about how she was misunderstood and how our relationship had broken down long before this incident. The comments weren't kind. Stop playing the victim. We watched it live, Anna. You can't gaslight an entire audience. Accountability. Ever heard of it? Every move she made only dug her deeper. Meanwhile, I had a different plan. Turning pain into power. I sat down with my team, a group of close friends and a few trusted mods from my stream, and laid out my vision. We're turning this into a docuseries, I said, but not just about my experience. We'll talk about online relationships, deception, and how the internet can be a powerful tool for truth. The project came together faster than I expected. With help from my community, we compiled footage, interviews, and social media evidence into a series titled Life on the Air, The Truth Uncovered. It wasn't just about exposing Anna and James. It was about telling a larger story of betrayal, healing, and redemption. The response was overwhelming. The first episode hit 1 million views in less than 24 hours. My audience grew larger than ever before, and new opportunities flooded in. Brand partnerships, interviews, and collaborations. Anna's final move. Just when I thought things had settled down, Anna made one last attempt to reclaim control. She sent me a carefully worded email. Nathan, we've both made mistakes. I think it would be best for us to move past this privately. Please take down the docuseries, it's hurting both of us. Let's talk. I stared at the message for a long time. Maybe once I would have been tempted, but not anymore. I replied with a single sentence. Actions have consequences. This is mine. A new beginning. The docuseries continued to thrive, reaching audiences far beyond my usual community. But something even more important happened. I started to heal. The pain that had once consumed me became a story I could tell without flinching. I stopped seeing myself as a victim and started seeing myself as someone who survived and came out stronger. Chat, I said one night during a live Q&A. I know this has been a wild ride, but you all helped me through the hardest time of my life. I'll never forget that. You're not just viewers, you're family. The chat lit up with hearts and messages of support. We'll always have your back, Nathan. From tragedy to triumph. Proud of you. This community is unstoppable. The sweetest revenge. They say living well is the best revenge, and they're right. My life didn't just go back to normal. It became something greater. I rebuilt, I thrived, and I never looked back. As for Anna and James? Well, last I heard, James lost his job after word of his little adventures spread around the office. Anna disappeared from social media for a while, her public apology lost in the noise. And me? I'm still here, streaming, growing, living my best life. Every now and then, someone asks me if I regret turning that fateful night into a global spectacle. Thank you very much for listening to this story to the end. I hope you liked. We work for you, looking for and telling you the most effective stories about women's betrayal, shocking intrigue, interweaving the plot and unexpected reactions of angry men. Save us, put likes, write comments, and, of course, subscribe to the channel to not miss any story.